different equipment, different weapons. Like, so I would say to our audience listening right now that this is not a man's opinion. This is data. But from that, trends, and I'm specifically interested in a few different categories here. But one thing first, we've touched on before, and you've put out some very good graphics on, is broadhead usage. A little bit of controversy here. Mechanicals versus your fixed blades. Now, for a track that you go on and a person that wasn't able to find the deer immediately, what are the results that you're kind of seeing as far as a comparison between the two, and can you make one?
I used to be in favor of fixed blade broadheads, but now the data is showing it's kind of neutral. You can go either way. There's pros and cons to each. There is a definite, you'll see in the data with pass-through shots. This is archery, crossbow, and compounds, recurves, longbows, that sort of thing. On pass-through shots, there's a much higher rate of recovery versus non-pass-through shots. And the reason for that, you're damaging more organs. You know, you're getting all the way to the deer, where a non-pass-through may have hit bones, and now you didn't hit anything, or you hit a single lung, which deer can survive a single lung hits. Yeah. And the data backs that up. It's tremendously offset. The pass-throughs have a much higher recovery rate. Then you look at the broadheads. Fixed blade broadheads have a much higher pass-through rate, and the mechanicals don't. But because the mechanicals have such a wide cutting diameter, it makes up for it a little bit. So when you factor in all the data, they end up with about the same recovery rate. So there is, right now, I'm staying neutral. I'm going by the data. There is really no pros and cons to each in that regard. And I'm still looking at data. I'm hoping more comes out. I've tried mechanical like 4 times in the past. I didn't get pass-throughs. Luckily, I saw the deer drop in the distance, and I was able to recover them. I didn't like the fact that I didn't get a pass-through, so I went back to fixed. And people often ask me if I had to recommend a mechanical, which one would I recommend? And just based off the data, what I'm seeing, and my buddy Garrett just tested it, the Severed 1.5 seems to be, in my opinion, just from the data and what he's recommended, probably one of the most robust, dependable broadheads out there. We don't get very many requests on tracks for the Severed. And the few we do, we've recovered them. And so in that little